Not anymore. I still remember the night she walked out. She didn't even try to hide it. Dressed up more than usual, her perfume trailing behind her like a lingering memory. Her heels clicked on the hardwood floor, echoing like a countdown to goodbye. She looked straight at me and said, "Don't worry, I'll be back soon." Her voice was calm. Too calm. The words sounded harmless, but they hit deeper than any knife could. She thought I was a fool, the kind of man who'd sit here waiting, watching while she disappeared into someone else's arms. I didn't argue. I just watched her leave. The door closed behind her with a soft thud, like a punctuation mark on something that had already ended. For hours, I sat there in silence. The TV flickered, but I wasn't watching. My mind replayed every clue I had ignored. The late nights, the secretive texts, the way she pulled away when I reached for her hand. That night, I realized it wasn't the first time she had walked out. It was just the first time I stopped pretending not to know. The truth didn't shatter me. It cleared my vision. She wasn't coming back. Not really. She'd been gone long before she'd stepped out that door. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I opened the tracker app I'd installed weeks ago when the doubts had grown too loud to ignore. Her phone's location glowed on the screen, at a hotel across town. My heart didn't pound. It didn't rage. It just sank. I wasn't shocked anymore. Betrayal loses its sting when you've been living beside it for so long. I didn't drive to confront her. I didn't need to. That night wasn't about catching her, it was about freeing myself. When morning came, I heard her key in the lock. She stepped in, looking disheveled, smudged makeup, tired eyes, a half-hearted smile on her lips. "See? I told you I'd be back." She said it like it was some inside joke we both understood. She wanted me to accept this cycle of her leaving, lying, and returning as if love could survive something like that. But what she didn't know was that the door had already closed in my mind. My suitcase was already by the door. The divorce papers lay neatly on the table, waiting for her to see them. She frowned when she saw them. "What's all this?" she asked. I met her eyes and said the words I'd rehearsed 1,000 times in silence. "Not anymore. You've lost everything." Her smile disappeared. She stammered, tried to laugh it off, tried to dismiss it all as a misunderstanding. But I wasn't imagining things anymore. I had proof. I had the truth, and most importantly, I had the courage she never thought I would. She reached for me, tears spilling down her cheeks as she whispered, "It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. I'm back now." Her words only made the air heavier. I stepped back, shaking my head. "You think coming back fixes it?" I said quietly. "You've been gone for months. From me. From us. Every time you left, you made your choice. Now I'm making mine." Her cries filled the room, raw and desperate. She promised change, swore she'd end it, begged me not to walk away. But her tears fell on ashes. There was nothing left to save. Forgiveness isn't infinite. It's a gift you only get to spend once, and she'd already spent hers long ago. I slipped off my wedding ring and placed it on top of the divorce papers. The weight that lifted from my hand was heavier than any suitcase. "It's over," I said calmly. "Not because you left last night, but because you never really came back." Her face crumpled, panic mixed with disbelief, her eyes wide with regret. I picked up my bag and headed for the door. "Please," she sobbed, her voice cracking. "I'll be better this time. I'll come back for real." I turned once, looked her in the eyes, and said, "That's just it. You don't get to come back anymore." Then I walked out, closing the door behind me, like the end of a long, painful chapter. In the weeks that followed, her calls and messages flooded in, some angry, some pleading, but I didn't answer a single one. I wasn't bitter anymore. I was free. Every ignored call was proof that I had finally chosen myself over her betrayal. She had lost everything she once controlled: the comfort, the home, the man who loved her without conditions. I walked away with something far greater: my peace, my self-respect,
and a life no longer built on lies. Looking back now, I know she never believed I'd have the strength to walk away. She thought she could always say, "I'll be back," and I'd be waiting. But that night when I told her, "Not anymore, you've lost it all," I wasn't just ending a marriage. I was reclaiming myself, and that was the best decision I've ever made.
If you've ever been betrayed or faced heartbreak, you're not alone. Subscribe to Cheating Secrets for real stories of love, betrayal, and resilience. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a story that could change the way you see relationships.